the sound speakers, but they are still happening or helping us online. So you may not hear us, but online people can. And all of our new microphone equipment will be arriving soon so that you will be able to see or hear us in the future. Okay. So please stand for the pledge. Cecily, please take roll call.
Counselor Richards?
Here.
Counselor Sanchez?
Here.
Counselor Thorstad?
Here.
Counselor Trask?
Yes.
President Pro Tem Mahler?
Yes.
Mayor Coleman?
Present.
Counselor Gorley?
Let the record show that we have 6 present, 1 absent. I will entertain a motion to excuse Counselor Gorley since she has had health issues.
So moved.
I have a motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, and a second. Cecily, please take the vote.
Counselor Sanchez?
Yes.
Counselor Thorstad?
Yes.
Counselor Trask?
Yes.
President Pro Tem Mahler?
Yes.
Mayor Coleman?
Yes.
Counselor Richards?
Yep.
Let the record show that we have 6 ayes and no nays and 1 absent to excuse Counselor Gorley. Moving on to the next item on our agenda, consent agenda. We have a request for council action within the consent agenda, which is Oregon Parks and Recreation Department Local Government Grant Program application. We also have minutes from our last meeting. So let me know what you would like to do with the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Cecily, please take a vote.
Counselor Thorstad?
Yes.
Counselor Trask?
Yes.
President Pro Tem Mahler?
Yes.
Mayor Coleman?
Yes.
Counselor Richards?
Yes.
Counselor Sanchez?
Yes. Let the record show that we have 6 ayes, no nays, and 1 absent to approve the consent agenda. Moving on to the next item on our agenda is recognition of visitors and hearing of petitions. We have one person who would like to come forward, Mary Radley, for public comment. Please come forward. And even though it sounds like the microphone is not working, please state your name and address into the microphone. Right here at this table here.
I need to sit down.
Oh, that one's working. Yes, please.
This works. My name is Mary Radley, and I'm residing right now at 4475 Long Street. And I'm here, I was told already that my sister didn't have to have a proxy, that it wasn't necessary to have a proxy come. So my sister, Pat Watley, as I gave the letters out to, Pat Watley is my sister and Jerry Watley is my brother-in-law. And they are not young anymore, okay? And unfortunately, last year, their help that they had on a regular basis, because Jerry is a paraplegic. He's been a paraplegic for 40 years. So he's always needed help. There's always been family come together. And last year, Pat's daughter, Chris Pace, died unexpectedly. And 2 months later, her husband died of cancer. And they were the people that came and supported Pat and Jerry in their home, did the extra housework, the yard work, took care of all those things that they couldn't physically get to. They're gone now. So me and my husband, Glenn Radley, has stepped up in our family, and we purchased a trailer earlier this year, actually in December, and moved it onto their property in their driveway, which sits at the very back. So it's the back of them is next to open field. So it's not really infringing on any people or neighbors. And we'd like to request, we already have a permit. We had to get a permit. And so we'd like to request that you find in your hearts to allow them to have us stay there. They're not rich people. I don't think any of us really are. And by the time you pay for yard work, you pay for housekeepers, you have people come and help do all of the extra things that you cannot do anymore. and let alone transport you. They don't qualify for a lot of programs because they own their own home. And so when you do that in the state of Oregon, you don't qualify for a lot. So family steps up, and we're family, and we'd like to stay and help. They need help. I have 2 doctors, one for Pat and Jerry, and the papers that were handed out from their doctors stating that this is a real need. So I'm just coming before you and asking you if you will grant that for us in some way.
I do want to say I met the Paces before. I knew them, and I just want to say I'm sorry for your loss. But what is the process?
So we'll have an app. It
You're not-
doesn't really do anything, but I'll try. Anyway, so we have an application that we'll meet with you and have you apply for this, and then we'll bring it back to council. And that will come back. Right now, our ordinance doesn't technically allow these pieces, but we have talked about a hardship piece. So that's what we could bring back for council to look at and approve.
Okay, that's wonderful. I
So-
can't ask for anything more, you know.
And I'm also sorry to hear about your loss.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Okay, so
Mary, thank you for the courage to come in before council and to make this request. And then you can fill out the application. We can see where it goes from here. So
do I come at another time and get the application?
Yes.
Yes.
Either Thursday or no sooner than Thursday or early next week, and we'll work
Okay.
with you on this. Okay?
So I could come on Thursday then probably or Monday
Yes,
because you're not open on Friday.
that's correct.
Thank you very much
thank
for
you.
everything.
Madam Mayor, if I may.
Yes.
How long does the 60-day thing go? Is it all half done now or is it,
In this case,
yeah, it says 60 days that they have a permit?
I don't know I'd have to take a look at our files and see when their permit would expire.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
I believe that they've been there for some time, and so it could be that they're facing expiration of that
Okay.
already.
Okay.
I knew the Waleys and I knew the Paces, great people. And I'm sorry for the losses, but, and I hope we approve the hardship. One concern will be to make sure that at least the upkeep is maintained to at least some standard for us.
And the hardship application would also be up to council to determine for the length of time, because it wouldn't be. But we'll bring that back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other visitors or petitions that want to come forward? No. Moving on to the next item on our agenda, proclamation on Child Abuse Prevention Month. I will read this proclamation in just a moment. I'm going to try and read to the back of the room, but I don't have that strong of a voice. A proclamation declaring April 2024 Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas children are valued in Lynn County and should live in a safe, healthy home, and whereas preventing child abuse and neglect is a community value that depends on the involvement of people community-wide in order to provide access to the resources needed for safe, healthy living, and whereas child abuse and neglect not only directly harms children, but also increases the likelihood of health problems, poor education performance, substance abuse, and early pregnancy. These problems can compound themselves as a child becomes an adult. Abuse and neglect are far-reaching with no social economic group immune, and children of all races and ethnicities are victims. Child abuse is a total community problem affecting all levels of society. And whereas there are 461 substantiated cases of child abuse and neglect in Lynn County during 2022, 48.5% of those children were 6 or younger, with nearly 11% less than 1 year old. And whereas during 2022, 19 Oregon children died from causes related to familiar or caregiver abuse and or neglect. 15 of those who died were 5 or younger, and 10 were less than 1 year old. 14 deaths resulted from neglect, 4 from abuse, and 1 from neglect and abuse. And whereas the prevention of child abuse needs to be addressed by the entire community, now therefore I, Susan Coleman, Mayor, do hereby proclaim April 2024 as Child Abuse Prevention Month and call upon all citizens, community agencies, religious organizations, medical facilities, and businesses to increase their participation in efforts to support children and their families in living safe and healthy lives, and in doing so, helping to prevent child abuse and neglect. Proclaimed this 26th day of March, 2024. Okay. That was sobering. Sad. Yeah. Moving on to the next item on our agenda is council business for the good of the order.
Mayor, may I ask for something? I have an interest in maybe having some sort of an executive session in regards to the Army Corps of Engineers updates, if there's any. So that's, I'd really like to know where we're at with that.
Okay. So we will see about working on getting an executive session on the calendar. Are you guys good with 5:30 PM type of executive sessions? Yes, that works for everybody. Okay, we will work on getting that on the agenda and we will contact you regarding when we can get that on there. Any other council business for the good of the order? All right. I'm only going to give a short report, and that is, remember your SEIs, they're supposed to be filed by April 15th. If you're interested in the League of Oregon City Conference, please speak with Kelsey. And remember that on April 6th is the Walk for the Cause, starting at the PD at 9 a.m. regarding what I just read.
And Easter is on Sunday?
And Easter is on Sunday. Yes, it is. Yes, Easter is on. So, any other? No? Okay. Well, I will close this meeting at 6:48 PM.
Let's have them this way all the time.